All right, welcome in everyone. Kicking off another deep dive here.
Yeah.
And today we're tackling a question that I think's been on all of our minds at some point.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like the rich just keep getting richer?
Yeah, for sure.
A listener wrote in asking about this, and honestly, it's a topic that I think deserves a good unpacking.
It really does.
We've got a whole stack of research and expert insights that we're going to try to use to help us understand what's really going on here.
It's a really complex issue, so we'll see what we can find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fascinating, though, that's for sure.
For sure.
And it's one that I think goes beyond simple envy, right? It's
Right.
not just about like, oh, I wish I had that. It's like
Yeah.
we're really trying to get at the mechanics of how this happens,
Right.
how wealth accumulates,
Yeah.
especially for those who already have a significant head start.
Yeah, it's about understanding the system,
Yeah,
not pointing fingers at individuals.
exactly.
Now, we know there's no one-size-fits-all answer
Of
here.
course not.
Everyone's financial journey is different.
For sure.
But are there recurring patterns,
Yeah.
advantages,
Yeah.
even systemic factors that contribute to this phenomenon? What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the most powerful concepts we see again and again is this idea of wealth begetting wealth.
Okay.
It's not just about earning a high income.
Okay.
It's about what you do with that income once you have it.
I'm intrigued. Break that down for me.
Okay, so think about investing, for example.
Okay.
Someone with substantial existing assets can afford to take bigger risks.
Okay.
Invest in things like private equity or venture capital,
Right.
which are often inaccessible to everyday investors. And
Yeah.
historically, those types of investments have yielded much higher returns.
So it's not just about working hard and saving diligently.
No,
It's about having the capital to play a different kind of financial game.
exactly, precisely.
right.
And this is where those like systemic advantages really come in.
Okay.
Things like tax laws can
Ugh.
play a significant role. Take capital gains tax, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
That's the tax you pay on profits from selling assets,
Right.
like stocks or real estate.
Right.
The rates are often significantly lower than income tax rates,
Right.
which benefits those who earn a large portion of their income from investments
Right.
rather than wages.
So the way the system is structured can actually tilt the playing field,
Yeah.
even if unintentionally.
Yeah, it's not necessarily by design, but that's just kind of how it shakes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
And then you have the impact of inherited wealth, of course,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
which can give some individuals a massive head start
Yeah.
that compounds over generations.
Right.
Think about it. If your grandparents bought property in a booming city decades ago,
Yeah.
that appreciation in value gets passed down,
Yeah.
giving you a huge leg up in building your own wealth.
Right. Right. You're starting on third base almost.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've got access to different investment opportunities,
Right.
tax structures that can favor certain types of income,
Yeah.
and the undeniable impact of generational wealth transfer.
Uh-huh.
It's starting to paint a picture of why that gap can feel so hard to bridge.
Yeah. It can feel insurmountable sometimes.
It can. It can.
For sure.
But where does that leave someone like,
Yeah.
our listeners who are trying to navigate this system?
Yeah. That's the big question, isn't it?
What can they do to make informed financial decisions?
Right. And I think awareness is the first step.
Okay.
Understanding these factors helps us see things more clearly
Okay.
and advocate for potential solutions on a broader level.
Right.
On an individual level, it's about financial literacy,
Right.
exploring diverse investment strategies,
Yeah.
even with smaller amounts of capital,
Right.
and thinking long term.
Okay.
Maybe it's contributing to a Roth IRA early on,
Right.
taking advantage of compound interest,
Yeah.
or considering index funds as a way to dip your toes into the market.
So even small steps
Yeah.
taken consistently
Yeah.
with a bit of savvy
A little bit, yeah.
can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And remember, you don't have to become a Wall Street wizard overnight.
Right.
It's about understanding the basic mechanics of how money works
Yeah.
and making informed choices that align with your goals.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Thanks.
I feel like we've gone beyond the surface here
Yeah,
and really dug into the how and why of wealth accumulation,
I think so too.
looking at those often unseen advantages that come into play.
Yeah, it's easy to miss them if you're not looking for them,
It really is.
for sure.
We covered investment opportunities,
Uh-huh.
tax structures,
Mhm.
generational wealth,
Yeah,
and even touched on some strategies for navigating this complex landscape.
absolutely. Yeah.
So it's been a good overview, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what's important is we recognize these factors not to fuel resentment,
Right.
but to empower ourselves.
Right.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
Yeah.
And understanding these dynamics gives you a much better chance of making the system work for you. Right.
Rather than feeling like you're constantly working against it.
I love that. That's a great point to end on, I think. So for those of you listening out there, here's something to chew on, right?
Yeah.
If these patterns that we talked about
Yeah.
are so deeply ingrained, how can we as individuals make the most informed financial decisions possible within the existing system?
Yeah.
Maybe it's seeking out financial education resources.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, joining investment communities.
Yeah.
Or even just starting a conversation with family about long-term financial planning.
Yeah. Definitely.
The first step is recognizing that the game exists.
Right.
And then learning how to play it strategically.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a pleasure as always.
It has been. Really enjoyed it.
And until next time, keep learning and keep asking those tough questions.
Absolutely.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you later.